looking.
Uh, yeah. Ooh, Lil Tecca lied his way in the Stardom. Let's see what that's about.
How does a habitual liar secure a spot in a genre where realness is everything? Lil Tecca is an exception to the rule when it comes to how being exposed as a fraud can quite literally end your career.
I
Given that
believe
he's
that.
openly admitted to lying in songs about topics like girls, guns, and fancy cars,
I don't do like multiple girls, you feel me? Like I rather just like one. I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't even try.
you'd expect that the hip-hop community would give him the same treatment that they gave to rappers like CJ.
I have a friend that looked like Lil Tecca. I won't show y'all. Well, he ain't my friend either, though, so I don't even know why I say that. I know someone. I think I use the term friend too loosely. That I know someone that look like Lil Tecca. Still not gonna show him to y'all, but yeah.
Tekashi 69, or even Slim Jesus back in 2015. However, considering that his latest project outsold notable figures such as Quavo and Lil Yachty, Lil Tecca clearly discovered a successful formula that his predecessors were unable to do. It's your boy Loesta, and today we're going to be investigating how Lil Tecca became hip-hop's most successful hypocrite. But before we get there, let's take a look at his come up. And as you'll see, he lived a life that was completely different than what he would eventually start to rap about. Born Tyler Justin Anthony Sharp.
No, bro. No, bro.
Eventually start to rap about. Born Tyler Justin.
No, bro.
Anthony Sharp in Queens, New York, Tecca may have been born in one of hip-hop's hotspots, but eventually he moved to the comfort of Long Island by the 7th grade. As a result, he didn't make a name for himself rhyming in a cypher or on the street corner like many other New York rappers. Instead, much like other famous cap rap specialist YB and Namir, his first experience as a rapper came over a gaming headset.
How'd you get into actually making music?
It was on some Xbox shit. We was like roasting each other, and then I was like, I don't want to roast you on Xbox no more. I'm gonna roast you on SoundCloud.
After that, he started spitting in real life and got himself taken to the principal's office in the process.
After that, I started dissing people in school, and then my guidance counselor found out. And then
My guidance counselor.
Although he was initially rapping just to poke fun at his friends, making diss tracks helped Tecca understand the power of punchline and also the importance of exaggerating to get a response out of an audience. Nonetheless, Tecca knew that from the very moment he started rapping that he wanted to make a living off it.
I just felt like I had to go crazy. Like I felt like I ain't had no space to leave nothing on the table. Like I had to take that opportunity, for real, for real.
Despite the fact that he was barely a teenager, Tecca was laser focused on achieving his goals, and just didn't realize how fast he would be ushered onto the world stage. As a young kid, I already knew what I wanted to do, so I was 14 feeling like all the people at the top are 20, whatever. In 10 years, I'm gonna be 24, they're gonna be 30 something out the door. I definitely didn't see it happening the exact way it happened. After steadily building a name for himself in Long Island, everything would change when he dropped a little track by the name of Ransom.
Today I'm at Yale asking students for their best study strategy for the new semester.
Active recall. I really like to make flashcards.
In a song where he expressed how
Song of a Juice WRLD version, like a remix. If you don't know, go find out.
he had twin Glocks for his ops, this track catapulted Tecca to overnight stardom. However, it was lyrics like these that would also cause him some trouble down the road. But at first, nobody except himself believed that the song would actually become a hit.
It was one of my favorite songs when I made it. As soon as I made it, I was telling everyone in the studio, this is the one. But everyone was saying Did It Again was the one that day. I'm saying Ransom.
At just 16 years old, Tecca already knew when he had a hit on his hands. And when Ransom dropped, it instantly put him on everyone's radar. After Cole Bennett took a chance on the unsigned artist, the track became the fourth most successful song in the history of the Lyrical Lemonade channel, up there with the likes of Eminem and Juice WRLD. And as of June 2022, it has since garnered over 1 billion streams on Spotify as well. Even crazier, it peaked at number 4 on the charts, which took Tecca from being an absolute nobody into a territory that that even rappers who've been doing this for decades can only imagine. No one, including Tecca and his manager, expected it was going to blow up like that, or even land him a record deal.
The week after we dropped Ransom, I just got a random call. I was like, hello, who's this? And I was like, this is Alex from Billboard magazine. I was calling to get information about Lil Tecca because we have him charting here with Ransom.
I think I found out in the morning, and my mom told me.
Had there been label interest?
For a fact.
A bidding war broke out, and just a really hectic 48, 72 hours.
When the time was right, time.
Suddenly, Tecca had the world's attention with his smooth flow and evident talent for melody. The only problem that he had was that as far as lyrical content went, there was nothing authentic about them. As rappers often do when they come out the gate, Lil Tecca insisted that his music was 100% him in an interview with DJ Booth, saying, "Doing me is just how it should be. If it's not like that, then there's something wrong." However, it became clear that
But at the same time, he could be saying like doing him is like these are the topics he wants to rap about, not necessarily saying that that's the life that he lived. So you can look at it from that aspect too, though.
Tecca's interpretation of doing him was different from the typical definition in the rap game. Instead of rapping what his real life was like on Long Island, Tecca's attempt at doing him came from emulating the lyrical content of his influences.
Yeah.
Chief Keef was like, it made rapping look cool to me. Like,
So basically what they saying is like he just, chilling, whatever he was used to hearing, whatever he thought sounded good, looked cool, that's what he wanted to recreate in his own way, I guess. I don't know.
it was so different. It was like the first of that type of shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. We just doing this shit on the internet.
Basically, Tecca was cosplaying as a thug in his bars while living a completely different lifestyle outside of the studio. Soon, this would complicate the discussion about his position in hip-hop and whether he even deserved the spot in the first place, to the extent that he contemplated quitting before fully establishing himself. Thankfully, that never happened, and soon after, he did an interview on Genius's YouTube channel where Tecca would do something that would alter the entire trajectory of his career. However, unlike our videos on CJ and Slim Jesus, this interview seemed to do more good than it did bad. Taking one look at Tecca back then, complete with braces, glasses, and his general energy, it was probably easy to tell that he wasn't doing dirt in the streets like he said in his lyrics. In fact, even as Ransom took off, this was one of the main criticisms that he faced when the video dropped on Lyrical Lemonade, such as this comment that got 30,000 likes saying, "Why Tecca look like an uncomfortable 13-year-old who went to a party with his older brother and is scared to ask to leave. Most rappers, Lamborghinis and grill. Lil Tecca, braces and golf carts." People always have their opinions, but people were first alerted to Tecca lying in a major way when he hopped on Genius to discuss Ransom in June of 2019. Now, most artists appear on Genius to give the deeper meaning behind their lyrics while simultaneously hoping to reach a broader audience. But for Tecca, he literally went on there to reveal that he never even held a firearm, despite all the gun-toting talk on his records.
I got 2 twin Glocks, turn you to a dancer. I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't got no straps.
This small but hilarious clip went viral, leading to the interview
remember
becoming one
that.
of the most viewed videos on the Genius channel. So when he returned to the platform to discuss his song Did It Again, he went even further and completely revealed the truth to his audience in a way that's not often seen on Genius.
I got a pack, hit him and do it again. I'm fucking a friend. I have a girlfriend. I don't have no young ladies. Don't DM me. Got airline, took one again. Crashed a Ferrari, so I hopped in the Benz. I don't even drive. I don't even know how to drive. That's dead.
Talking about fashion and firearms that he never even touched, Tecca was
God.
unsurprisingly trolled for all the capping.
I don't even got a place. Oh, Tecca. No.
To believe just how blatant he was about it. As news of Tecca admitting his own lyrics were fake began to circulate, some fans started viewing him as a representation of what's wrong with rap. Hey, don't let that Lil Tecca shit convince y'all that it's cool.
I don't think it's a matter of capping in your raps. I personally think you can rap about whatever you want to rap about. I could rap about outside, but if I wanted to, and if this is what he wants to rap about, if he thinks this is good music, then shit, let the man be the man.
Cool to cap it.
Not to be confused with Lil Mosey. He felt like the man.
your raps. The world needs more genuine shit. We got enough cap on the charts. Hip hop has just turned into who can cap the most. Lil Tecca was talking about driving foreign cars when he ain't even have a license.
So
But in
what?
Tecca's
You don't need a
defense,
license
he
to
wasn't just doing
drive?
this 1 minute, then backtracking the next to try and save face. Instead, he leaned into it and tried to make his audience feel stupid for being bothered by what he was doing.
Having a gun don't make anyone gangster. So rapping about guns don't make you want to be gangster. You just rapping about guns. Like I rap about fucking bitches, and I have a whole girl. I ain't fucking none of these bitches. Period.
Type
Like
shit.
I'm talking about, go listen to someone else. It's that simple.
In another interview, Tecca claimed that he can do the things he's rapping about, he just chooses not to do them, and that he just wants to rap and make the music he likes. Even with his expose on himself, Tecca's 2019 I Love You mixtape was massively successful and landed at number 4 on the billboards.
We
even
love
with
you,
no
Tecca.
features, other than Juice WRLD hopping on the remix to Ransom.
Yes,
But
sir.
as he was experiencing the greatest success of his life at the age of 17, Tecca felt the pressure to the point where he almost gave up. He hinted that he might quit just 3 months after the song's release, in a tweet where he wrote, "I love y'all. Shit won't be continuing as long as y'all thought. There's like 30 other rappers that sound just like me. Y'all will be good." Suddenly faced with adjusting to fame before he was even 18, as well as being trolled by critics who felt that him living a lie in his music meant that it was invalid, Tecca clearly found out the hard way of what it's like dealing with too much
He wasn't
success
living
at
a
such young
lie
age.
though.
But when it came to deceiving his audience, he really shouldn't have worried. Because while previous generations would have found that to be offensive, the sales and the support he got online showed that his fans didn't really care. In fact, they
Good
found it
music is
refreshing.
good music.
For instance, in a Reddit post discussing how Lil Tecca admitted to capping on every song, some users claimed that this was the main reason they liked Tecca, specifically for how he doesn't give a fuck. This was backed by another comment reading, "Tecca is the realest rapper. He straight admits he never shot anyone, and he just says stuff that sounds good on tracks. I don't see how that makes him fake. Could he rap about stuff that he actually does? Yes, but who wants to hear about a 16-year-old playing GTA, shooting hoops, and doing homework all day?" As Tecca continued to drop music and featured on tracks from Internet Money among others, he had been so successful that he chose to reject being on the XXL freshman list in 2020 because he already outpaced it. Now, you may think
Not
that
bad.
Tecca was being a bit too full of himself here, and that these type of results would either
No. I definitely think that Lil Tecca didn't need. No. He didn't need to go into XXL at that time. He was way past it.
stagnate or drop off eventually. However, if we compare how his music has aged in comparison to his peers like Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, or YBN Namir, you'll see that Tecca is miles ahead of them.
Facts.
Have a cat? Stop scooping
Come
cat litter
on,
with Litter
bro.
Robot, the highest rated self-cleaning litter box that removes the chore of scooping and helps you have a cleaner home.
Tecca released 2 albums in 2019, and while they performed similarly and kept his name in the conversation, they didn't have the same impact as his debut project. This could have easily been perceived as a falloff or that he wasn't as good as he once was, because historically, child stars don't really stick around. Rappers like Lil Pump popped off at 17, and by the end of 2020, he was pretty much already irrelevant. Plus,
Yeah.
Tecca had that reputation as a liar hanging over him. But while someone like Lil Pump had fallen off because people got sick of him, Tecca did the smart thing and took a step. Along the way, he leveled up his mindset and found out how to turn his weakness into strengths. After his project We Love You Tecca 2 dropped in August of 2021, the Long Island rapper kept a pretty low profile. Aside from an occasional feature here and there, not much was known about his next move. That is until, almost out of nowhere, he proved that all that time away hadn't been wasted when he dropped a song titled 500 Pounds.
And I live in enough. This blunt, I'm taking a puff. It start, I feel like it's us.
This song went pretty hard, gaining nearly 13 million views in just 4 months. A pretty impressive stat
Not
for a
bad.
non-mainstream rapper. And straight away, his fans were happy to welcome him back. The first track to drop from his new project Tech, the press run for the album stressed that while other rappers from his class stayed static or refused to evolve, he actively took time to hone in on his skill set. When you practice and care about your craft, you get better over time. Even if I thought I was good a year ago, looking back now, I'm way better now. I'm way better at speaking about what I'm going through and actually translating it in a way to where it's inviting people into my world instead of just blurting information at people. Like, yo, I'm sad right now. Yo, I'm happy. I just bought a Gucci bag. Although he may have been a frequent liar, his delivery showed a clear awareness of his
He
exaggeration,
wasn't
making it difficult for many
lying
people
though.
to become upset about it. While other rappers of his era have plummeted out of the world's view, Tecca made a strong comeback, and a lot of that comes down to how he's emphasized growth.
Can't be on the same shit that I've been on since a young kid, like, so definitely expect some growth on there. Definitely expect some more talking about the topic, not talking around the topic. Like, a lot of confidence on there for sure.
Judging by the fact that he still amassed over 1 billion streams in 2023 alone, Tecca is seemingly going nowhere and is content with his position in the game. He's no longer fixated on spinning the block, toting Glocks in his music videos, or that he wants people to test his gangster like many other rappers we discussed recently. Instead, he explicitly states that his sole focus is on work. While other rappers boast about being outside, Tecca is content indoors. In fact, his childhood stardom has accelerated his maturity beyond his years.
Every time I be getting invited outside, like a party or something like that, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be blessed when I'm 35 and chilling on my yacht, just thinking about all the time I sacrificed when I was 20. I don't really care to be partying with no one. I don't like them anyway. I've been introduced to a lot of shit that a lot of people are excited by in their 30s when I was a young teen. So right now, I look at all that shit and I'm like, bro, that's boring. I don't want to go to the club and spend a bunch of money on bottles. That's boring. Let's do some other shit. Let's make some money. You trying to spend money.
With the Tech album outselling projects from...
I mean, don't get me wrong. I try to make a lot of money, but that's because I want to spend a lot of money too, though. Like, I want to spend my money. Like, it's cool to make your money and all of that, but if you just making money, and never spending a dollar, what fun is it at that point? Like, I get it, you can buy a yacht. I want a yacht too, but I do want to spend money. I ain't necessarily saying go buy bottles, because I'm not that kind of guy either. I'll buy a section. I haven't, but I'd buy a section. I don't like the concept behind it. You just spend a lot of money for no reason. The same people in the section talk to the same girls that the people out of the section talking to. You spend a lot more money on your drink. I spend less money on you and still leave racked. Like, yeah. It's like, I do want to spend my money though, at some point.
Huge rappers like Quavo and Lil Yachty with 41,000 units, the 21-year-old has proven that gaining success beyond your wildest dreams at a young age isn't a death sentence.
When he put 3 days ago, so Lil Tecca is only 21? I don't believe that. How old is Lil Tecca? There's no way, right? 21. I didn't put that period there intentionally, but 21. Wow. 21. 22. These niggas young. Let's get back to this.
And even today, he's still openly capping in his raps.
I don't think nobody know nobody with 500 pounds. If you got 500 pounds, I don't know if I trust you. That's a lot of stuff, 500 rounds. I don't know if I trust you either.
Against all odds, Tecca hasn't just survived, but he's thrived to the point that young listeners today actually see him as an inspiration because of his maturity and how he's outlasted other rappers in his position. I just love watching Tecca interviews and the way he expresses himself. I learned a lot from him. Tecca seems so comfortable as he's grown as an artist. Happy for him and love the album. Thrown into the spotlight at the age of 16, Tecca had to grow up fast. So it's not surprising that he ventured down a risky path, one that he might have not escaped unscathed in earlier generations. But whether you love him or hate him, Tecca is ultimately past caring what people think, and through that kind of self-belief, there is the freedom to do anything.
It's okay for people to not understand who I am and not care to understand who I am at that. Everybody don't like chicken, everybody don't like bacon, egg, and cheese, everybody don't like what you like, and I also understand that about myself too. And even if I try to explain myself to the world, there's gonna be someone like, I don't care. If you understand me, it is what it is, and that's that. Like if somebody says I'm 5'2" on Twitter or something, I'm not gonna be like, in the replies like, bro, here's my ID. I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna scroll past and like go order some food. I don't care.
Done making apologies or trying to prove himself to anyone, Tecca's career prospects are looking incredibly healthy. So whether you want him to win or you'd rather that the years he spent capping came back to haunt him, it looks like he's not disappearing anytime soon.
Well, that was YouTube. Those were the reactions for today. You know, I hope y'all had a good time, and I'll